Welcome everyone to this weekly live forex forecast to Ivan Bidal for mentorship students, not mentorship students, sorry, for everyone that is in this world that wants to improve their trading for the next week. I'm here to help you, providing value to you, guidance to you, but also some well-meant words. But whatever I do say in this video is only for educational purposes, not financial advice. And forex trading is pretty risky, so you shouldn't invest money you can't afford to lose. And you should be conservative as you're trading and not lose more than 1% per trade, not lose more than 10%. And if you do so, please give me a call. I will be waiting for you day and night because losing is not what I want you to do. So I'm just here for your help and for this next week. So what we're going to do today is going through some plans for the next week, and see if we can catch some pip this week as well. That would be very, very great, wouldn't it? So here we are, 5 or 6 people in today. That's great, fantastic. I also just trying to put in some comments on the previous video. I also posted the Weekly Forex Forecast today, so if you want to go watch that one later on, we will post that in the comment section maybe afterwards. That would be after the webinar. Okay, great. Hope you are doing fantastic. I hope you're doing great. So just checking if everyone got the message. That would be great. And then I would just say, you are very much welcome to this weekly forecast. Boom. Oh yeah. So, hello MK. Hello Guy. Can you please do euro, dollar again? Now, it all depends. What I'm going to talk about today, it all depends on a couple of factors that is outside our control that we have to adapt. There's 2 things sent the market down on Thursday, Friday. There was one thing about the stimulus package that I didn't say in the weekly. That was the $15 minimum wage was, I don't know if they didn't accept it or they didn't want it there or it wouldn't be pushed through, so they maybe have to discuss it more. So the stimulus package was less likely to be pushed through. Then we have the rotation from stock market, forex market into bond market. Okay, that is. And basically for a couple of reasons. One reason is that those who has nowhere else to go in terms of returns all of a sudden got returns. Now in the bond market now is at 1%, 1.5% yield. So not everyone has to be in the market, and that was one of the things. The other thing that I do remember, it was to be about that we might get yield curve control, like they're maybe starting to support or start talking down the yields so that it doesn't skyrocket like it did on Thursday and Friday. So I will be happy to do so. That is the basis. Now, it all comes down to, what does the Fed says? Powell, he's going to speak on Thursday. What does he say? What do they say on Monday and Tuesday and then Thursday? Are they okay with it? Are they neutral to the recent moves? Or are they worried? If they're uncomfortable or worried, that is something to look out for. If they're okay with it, this bond market, stock market to bond market will continue. So, Euro next week, next month, generally speaking, I would say up until this price here, we were short-term bullish. So currently, I would say I would advocate for price being bearish. Now, my overall move is for us to go higher. Okay, if that is my overall move, price is bearish. There's nothing I can do at the current stand. I can look for buy setups like reversal, the bottom higher high, higher low on a small time frame here. I can. I don't know if it's viable. I don't know if it's what the market will give me based upon my experience, and it could be, you know, just a general low that we are catching up. So it's really the last point if you can give it any point at all. But I do believe we might touch 120. We might touch 1950 area before we go higher. So I would look for more double bottom down here or down here to see if we go higher. I also would say that it also depends how fast we went. So since we went pretty fast on Friday and Thursday and Friday, I'm a bit, let me wait. I don't control this. I don't have control over here. This is not what my normal pace. This is not what normally happens when I trade. This is not normal to an uptrend. So I'm going to stay back. By the way, we did hit our target. So nothing lost, nothing gained. Or get a lot of things gained, but nothing lost. So currently right here, right now, that is what I'm thinking. If you are a seller, I'm just going to flip all what I've said. Great. You have a fantastic opportunity of taking this down. As long as Fed is okay with what happened in the bond market, as long as there's still trouble in the stimulus package, you can look for price at 21.26. You can look at price at 21.00, and those are your two prices as daily and weekly going lower. I like. What do you think about silver? I would come to silver very soon. Okay, that would be okay. And then yeah, and then if you're taking the monthly, that would be 21.50. So between a reversal of 120 to 125, or is it no 21.50? Sorry, so 50 pips in between there. It all depends how aggressive you want to be, and up to your style. I'm not going to give you more than that, but it's totally up to you. Although, so as well, I wouldn't take it myself. Because generally speaking, March isn't a market and a month that I am prone to expect a lot. I might see that. If we get kind of a range and we end down here on the end of the month, I would be very happy. So fast down, that would be great. Counter trend, buy back up, target up to 121. If it then falls, do something more, and then down here, that would be great for a new buy. Okay, fantastic. So I forgot to ask, G'day, what are you thinking? Like, are you thinking it's gonna go higher? Do you think it's gonna go lower? So that would be that. Okay. Silver. I'll go to silver in the meantime. I know there's a delay in the market, so just have patience. Okay. Oh, well. Okay. So for the month, you are at the buy price. Okay. You are at some kind of support. You have, I think, what was the COT report saying? it wasn't. I think it was coming more sellers coming in of some sort, where you kind of didn't have the support with the hedge fund managers as well. So there was profit taking. Buyers are getting out, sellers are also getting a bit out. So, but then you have managed money are 1,000 out, more shorts coming in. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, not positively CO2 report for you here. And you haven't had that lately. So, you basically don't have the support you would love to see. Right? So, if you're looking for a buy, be very cautious. Okay? Be very cautious. Don't risk your bank. Don't be aggressive. Of course, it all depends on how the bond market develops, but you can look for that. Totally okay. You can look for higher lows on small time frame. But would I look for that? Yes. Would I take it? Maybe. If we break above 27, maybe, and then a pullback, yeah, maybe. The other question is 24, and then higher. So those are the two options I have, and until then, I don't know. I want this to go higher. I want fundamentals to go higher, but it's not performing. So I'm just, is there something? My question to myself is there something that I am missing in the picture that I am not told, I haven't read it, or I will later on learn it about this market? And I want to be knowledgeable. I want to know. So I have done my research and I haven't really figured out the reason. So whoever is controlling this market is not telling me what is happening. Of course, they won't tell me anyways, but I would like to know. But currently it is a sideways market. Currently there is no market by my definition. And it's not a market that I would love to be in. So I am cautiously bullish, waiting for the almighty bullish silver god. All right, fantastic. Is there anyone who's interested in Australian dollar, US dollar? Maybe not. Australian yen, sorry. Because when you come in now, you're very much welcome. When we now come in for the Australian, they have had massive profit taking on Friday, Thursday, Friday, and we had a 300 pip move. Okay, so how do we then move forward from this? What is our next move? Are we going to buy again? We're going straight up again, or are we taking a patient pullback and saying this is setting up for a sell? What if we go down for a sell? What if, right? Because the month of March is actually a month where yen becomes stronger. And when we go into the yen index-ish, is at the bottom. There's no reversal yet, and that one in itself hasn't gained the strength yet, which is very weird, I must say, to be honest. So if this one now turns around, goes higher, well, these other yen pairs will then start to fall, even more than it's already done. So for the yens, and I will do pound yen very soon, MK, we are in a delicate situation. How far down are we going to go for this month? JP seasonality chart, Japanese seasonality charts, equity clock. Let's see what this one says, if we can prove what I want to do. So it's supposed to get stronger in March, falls and stronger. I think this is I think this is because I want this to go higher in those months. I think it's high and then falls and then goes higher and falls. Okay, so we might have a difficult month, by the way. So maybe first week we're falling, second week we're pulling back, and then next week after that we're falling again, like something like this market. Okay, great, fantastic. So first of all, that would be your sell number 1, and this will be your sell number 2, and you shall see and wait for which one you get. Currently, you cannot sell it, but you can't really buy it, so it's a stand in between, somewhere between something and nothing. If we continue to fall without any further pullback, I don't know what to do. The other question is this the pullback you were all been waiting for, but it happened a bit earlier? Maybe, potentially. And it might have been, might have not have been. But it's definitely something to consider. So lower, lower, and lower. And then probably down to 81. I think that is the least, the minimum you can expect from this move. Down to 81, and the weekly target is around 81. Okay, then we are good to go there. 81, 80.50. So that's around, was it 200, 250 pip down? Okay, great, fantastic. Boom. Japanese pound, Japanese yen. Okie dokie. So where do you want it to go, MK? Do you want it to go higher or do you want it to go lower? And I will use this patience as of something. Just need to find something. Where do you want pound, dollar, or pound yen for that matter? Where do you want it to go? Basically, and then we have you there, and then we have you. You want to go lower? Okay, great, fantastic. That was kind of your price, and that was, I don't know if you hope for that price, but during my research, I found out, but pound was the most resilient to fall. At the least likeliness to fall and has the most strength to not fall. So this is basically just pound falling, and if we now get yen strength, yes, we might have that. I think for March we might have a strengthening in yen and dollar weakness whenever that stimulus checks comes out. Okay, that's my general ideas, but mostly a difficult month. So yes, for the week you would hope for maybe somewhere around 46, maybe. But then for the month you're hoping for, well, first challenge is actually 46, 45 area. So that would be a great maybe first bounce and then lower. And you're hoping for all the way down to 142. If we're going to get that, do we need a fundamental change? Do we need a change in the market where we are totally risk off? We are seeing trouble in the market. We're seeing trouble in the waters. There's sharks everywhere taking away our profits. Yeah, okay. I think that if we have a normal market situation, if we have the continuation of the risk on mode, you're only going to get 45. So I hope that you are in it and you are, what do you call it? You're in it and you are taking profit at 146, 145.50, and then trying to rebuy next week again if you still have the trend down and target 142. What I'd normally do, this is me personally, my own personal. I have one monthly trade, I have one weekly trade, and one daily trade for every day. So when I monthly trade, I would try to find the monthly entry, sell it and hold it, and have my stop loss above R1, previous high. And I will hold it all the way down to 142. I will take my weekly around the weekly entry, and I will say, okay, if this is the entry, I would take stop loss above previous high, and then take it down to the weekly and take profit. If we then have two orders, if I'm able to have two orders on the weekly, I will take one profit and keep one, so that I, in the end, turn out with 50%. So 50% is short term, and 50% is long term. So I always win more. I always win something. I just don't know win everything all the time, because I don't know all the time when we are going to go in the direction. Like if you have here, for example, very beautiful, but we didn't know here that we are going to get that. You know, if that would be that easy, you know, that would be great. But this market here is kind of what we have to plan for, where we push down to target very early, come back up again, go down again, come back up again, come down again. It's very difficult to trade that. So you always take some profit, wait for the pullback, and then try again. All right, great, fantastic. So 146 and then 142 is what I'm hoping for. Pound dollar, we are hoping for pullback here to 140.10-ish, 140.80-ish, down to 137.50. As a buyer, that would be a great price to buy, so you need to be out here, or at least thinking of being out there. And then if you're thinking more long term for the other trade, you're thinking down to 134. I don't know if you will ever get 134, but at least that's your try. That's your belief, right? So yeah. For the next month, for the next week, we can have a totally different market view by Monday morning, by next Friday, because we have NFP this coming week. We have Powell talking on Thursday. We have the stimulus package being discussed in America. So there's a lot of large drivers. There's all this, I don't know when Britain is supposed to get out of this lockdown thing, but when Britain comes out of lockdown, I think overall, all the same day, all the same hour, pound will in the end strengthen because it has been contained for so long. So the reason for the NFP that I'm mentioning NFP is that one of my secrets or my observations or my experiences, we hit target for the week on a Tuesday or Wednesday very fast, very quickly. I've also hit weekly targets on a Monday. That means you're done. For example, on Eurodollar, if you have reached whatever the target is, if it is down to 118.50 by Monday evening, it's just going straight down, you have to get out. Because that sets up the counter trend, and if the week doesn't push the market higher, NFP is most likely going to do it for you, and you'll sit there with the beard in the post box. I have done that enough times where I have been the fool, not taking profit when I'm supposed to, because, well, when NFP tanks goes to the market, I'm going to make double the amount. But it made the other way. So when NFP comes out, market is a bit more aggressive. It goes in one direction, and maybe comes up today, this evening, up to the target where they want to enter, and then boom. You might not see it, but the overall market move would anyways be coming true. No matter what you do, it's still coming true. No matter what you believe it is, the markets believe is still coming true. So if we're now on a target on a Wednesday, down to 18-19 area on the euro, for example, Could that be the low for March? Could that be the low for the week? That is some existential questions you need to ask yourself, and definitely something you need to be prepared for. I counter trend. Yeah. New Zealand yen. JPY. So here we have Auckland in New Zealand going into full lockdown apparently because I think it was one corona case, as far as I remember. So they've gone into lockdown. That's not good for the New Zealand. On the other side, you have a yen that is supposed to be strengthening in this time period. If it's this week or next week, I'm not sure. But that will send this one lower. Now, this one might be fast, might be quick, but have a look at it. Don't rule New Zealand and the yen out for the potential move for next week. And whatever you do, I'm presenting multiple views here. I can feel that. My view is for myself, but I don't know the future, so you can have a different view, and I'm totally okay with that, as long as you can prove yourself and come up with a reason other than the Forex God believes that he's going to go down. If you can give me any sort of sensible reason that we are maybe seeing increased lockdowns, maybe less growth, maybe the main income is not as good as it was anymore, maybe they're going to change interest rates, something that you've seen in a report that you believe is going to be true next week. That makes me come down to read reports. Are you going to be the expert that I want you to be? You're not going to be expert by looking at the charts, because time and time again, I have, let's see, the market falls this year. I can go back and I will probably post it somewhere, where I go back to March 2019 and I expect the yen to strengthen in March and then absolutely kill it. There's nothing on the charts. I think at that time it was actually rising, by the way. There's nothing on the charts saying that it will fall, but even though I still said it will fall and it fell, it doesn't say in the charts. Okay, so still more to the charts than what you can see. So please read about it. It is your duty and your obligation. If it's difficult, everything is difficult. I do try to make your life a bit easier by saying where you should go, what you should read, and all those things. If we have dollar weakness in the month of March, if we have yen strengthened in the month of March, we might see this one come down. I do see a large challenge at the 107. I do believe so. What did they say about the 107? Yeah. So my point was 107 is a psychological level that I would at least want price to be below. But remember, Japanese yen don't want this to strengthen. They want the yen to weaken, so they are quite more happy now. But once you come down to 100, 110, 101, 10 whatever down here, they are going to defend it. As we saw back in March, they defended 101 freezefully. Okay? Just have that in mind. And I think they did last week, did they buy ETFs or something? So it weakened the yen. So they have already been into the market and tried to turn this one higher. All right, great. What else? What else? How about on yen? Aussie yen? CAD yen? Probably not. I don't like CAD yen, but it is what it is, I guess. Way above the target. How do I trade this? This is the entry. This is the exit. Done, dusted. All that is extra. And I normally say that once you hit your target, go to daily. Go to day trading. and you got some profits, and you probably kind of potentially lost something as well. What do you do now? How do you treat this one then, bro? Hope for pullback and then down to 82.50. Okay, that's what you can expect from now. I do expect oil to fall. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what I have. That's what I. It's kind of like it's a bit too hot, and hot. It can of course go higher, but so I've said to myself, if it goes below 61, you can start looking for a sell opportunity. You can also say that if price comes back up to 62.50, that would be a great sell. The only problem with that is as we've done before. Like it's done it before, and it still hasn't fallen. What makes it different now? I don't know. The only difference right now is that it's the beginning of March. Well, for March and US oil, we have a super cycle higher. Hold on. I do believe we might have already done that March move already. And if we are going to go higher on the oil, I might start to become a bit worried about where is this really going. 61 is absolutely fine. Great. That is around 65. That's where we were before COVID. Great. Now, if we go above COVID, before pre-COVID, yeah. Okay, that is not good. Because that will lead to inflation, that will lead to hopes of interest rates increased very time soon. And that's the end of the free money trade that I have, where dollar weakness happens. And then all of a sudden we get dollar bullishness, and now it's become messy. And now I don't know what's going to happen next. Because the market does one thing, Fed does another thing, and we all have conflicting views of what is going to happen next. And it's just going to be a total mess up and down, range bound, until we figured out a market direction, and we'll be a lot of rebalancing. It's just messy. All right. So as long as this is at 65, I'm okay. 61, I'm okay. 65 is also okay. Anything above that, I will start to worry about the inflation rate. And that's what has happened lately. People are afraid that, oil and asset prices has gone a bit too far too fast. That we might have inflation in America sooner than we wanted. All this is affecting each other. It might be going above your head, but it all comes down to, do you do your analysis? Do you do your reading? Do you read? Do you Google? That's that. Okay. And New Zealand yen, I probably did. Should have done at least. Maybe I've done. Anyway, CHF JPY, good opportunity for short. Okay. I personally have a big trouble with pounds, with Swiss yen. Can you tell me why you want to trade Swiss yen? Okay, can we I don't want to be the guy that everyone's like, yeah, this is guy that's always wrong. He's always so angry. He always says that Swiss yen is not good to trade. USD yen is not good to trade. But hear me out. I want you guys to win. And I have not been winning in Swiss yen. Okay? This is up, this is down, and this is up. And it's been followed up by a range. In the same period, we have had Australian dollar, US dollar skyrocket. Okay, that was December. So we have this Australian dollar, US dollar going up, having corrective mode, which we expected, then going higher again. Like, this is so much easier to trade, bro. Why don't we do that? Why is this not more fun? Maybe it's less sexy, but it's more fun. Directions, clear trades, easy money. Yeah, no, I don't think this is an easy sell. I don't think this is an easy buy. I think it's absolutely just in between both sellers and buyers. Okay. how do we come to this conclusion? What is easy? What is difficult? What is what? Okay, so generally speaking, if your preferred trades are in a trend, and that's what always you're waiting for, hoping for, praying for, dreaming about every single day, then your absolute nightmare is this kind of trading. Because you can't predict this. Where is it going to go? You can ask me, you know, what, yeah, I think it's going to short, it's a good opportunity. No, bro. This is not a good opportunity. What can I say that's together as? And you might find somebody else says, oh, this is a great opportunity. But you have to understand the reason why things move, so you can do it repeatedly again and again and again, so that you become the expert and potentially also gain the money you want. After all, I've only lost here, so I'm only talking for my past burns on my hand and my brain and my trauma. Sorry for bringing out my trauma on you, but I really want to win, and this isn't the market I want to be in. Sorry, bro. I can't say it's a good buy or sell. It's a neutral market. Euro, yen. Okay. Where does this look like? What does it look like? How does it look like? Okay. I think that if we break it, but if we break 28, that would be the 4-hour previous support. That would not be no good. That is not a good thing. So I would still say I will look for shorts in euro yen, technically speaking, and see how it kind of see how it goes. This sell is already there. Maybe hope from a small pullback up in this market here, and then down to take it downtown to 127, to 126.80. So down in this area here, that would probably be a great idea. How do you do that? You look for price to go higher into this area, probably a bit low, and then higher, and then down. All right. If it goes higher, take it that one too. That's plan A and plan B. Always have plan A and plan B. And as long as we are below 129.50, it's still bearish. Okay? Great. Is that a good one for you? Boom. So we can also take the CT report for euro, I think, just as we're mentioning it. So CT report, it's kind of a guiding, it's kind of a trend. Where are we really going? How is it really looking? Where is people trading? Where are they entering? Where are they not entering? And this is people who are actually moving the market. So you have institutional traders on the euro going hard on the buys. Institutional asset managers going hard on the buys. 6,000 EU contracts for the buys. A bit more short, but still okay. So if you see asset managers, they are 87% buys. Heavily to the upside, okay? Heavily to the upside. So I don't really want to trade against them. I really just want to, if price falls, okay, great, we will just take it back up again. Just wait for better price. They will defend those levels I have marked out. The only question is, are they going to be more than the sellers? That's all. And the other one was euro. Here we are. And then there's more buyers coming in, but even more shorts coming in. So nobody's really at this point saying, "Hey, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna lose." Both shorts and buyers are very confident on the euro side of things. Interesting. For the US dollar index, we have just to mention that a couple more once more, we have equals. I would call them equals. Equals buys, equal sells. Both are equally engaged, but then you have shorts taking profit on the institutions and a bit more longs. So it's a bit a different. That's a bit a different story, and they are generally speaking short, 56% short on dollars. So okay, great. What did that tell us? That tells us on the euro that we are in a battle. There is no clear trend, or they haven't really hit a big target, at least at that point, and we are set to go higher. The only question now becomes, in 1 week, what does the CO2 report say then? Was there really large sell-offs taking profit? But so far, for what I've seen, we've only taken profit because there wasn't a sell setup. Maybe we need some, I don't know, more experience of seeing the difference between sell setups and just taking profit setups, but still both falls. And I would say something that just does that. That's a sell. That's just a take profit thing. And if we have something like that, that is kind of more like a sell setup. That is sell buyers getting out, but this is just iceberg. So we just fell. We just fell. You are very much welcome. Chief Hardick is in town. Let me see if I can find that emoji for you. Let's see. Let's see. Crown. The king is in town. Very much welcome. We applaud you, your royal highness. You hope that I'm doing well, and I hope that you are doing even better. How is your exercise, bro? And by the way, people, I'm going to call out this person because this person called me this morning yet again when I was asleep. This time he didn't put on the camera, so you have learned from last week. I applaud you. You have learned. That was great. So yeah, so he's the boss, he's the CEO, so I'm just here to be his helper, right? So gold. What is really happening to gold? What can we think of? First of all, gold is in the buy zone for the month, for the week, for the day. Does that mean gold should go higher? Yeah, it should, it can. But it has resistance at 1755. Okay? Now, it all depends on developing the bond market. It all depends on what the Fed says and the stimulus package. But that means this one can rise upon those numbers. So you need to really know about those, Hardy, okay? If everything is status quo, nothing has changed, everything is okay, we might see that one, okay? Down to 67, 60, 80, 69, 60, 90, sorry, area, and then go a bit higher before falling again. Okay? That is S1, coming back up to M2, and then down to 1650, and then boom. That could be the sell price. That could be the sell setup. If you are a buyer, what are you expecting then? Can come up to 77.50, 60, coming back down, but then never breaching below that one. That could set up this buy setup. Yes! It can also be aware if there is a double bottom, higher high, higher low, in the smaller time frame on the buyers. Be aware. Okay, I'm just giving you the red flags. That's all. The red flags is there. I don't like sideways moves, and the C-sway CHF pairs always does that. Very, very true. Alali? Sorry. Halali. Very, very true. So what I would say, what I propose for gold for this upcoming week and month and all that thing is look for short setups as long as price is below 1800s. That would be like the piece of resistance, that it should always hold as sellers. If it goes above 1800, you're not only going to incur losses, but you're also going to be wrong about the medium, short-term, medium trend. Okay, so we can rise from here, but it can also fall from here. Both options are on the table. Choose a team, choose a team, choose a team, choose a team. Be proud of the team that you're on, but don't play against the team that is winning because they're going to crash you. Hardik says he's the CEO, but I am the boss. Boom. Well, I don't know if you guys did how well did you guys do last week in February and all that. We're still in February, by the way. I don't know how you guys did in February, but February was great. And the analysis that I gave out last week in this kind of webinar gave you between 8 to 900 pips. Is that a good week? It's a pretty good week. Maybe I should do the count for the month. Maybe I should do the count for the month and then put it on the big YouTube video and say, I made this amount of pips. Maybe. But it all comes down to, people, just having a plan, stick to your plan, get out when you're wrong, and still hunt when you're right. So I can take maybe one trade for an entire month and be wrong, and I'm out. I can take 100 trades or 50 trades, more realistic by the way, 50 trades, and I can be a lot more right because the market gives me. It all depends on the market. I don't control the market, but I play with the market as long as the market plays with me. We're like buddies when we are buddies. But when he's the enemy, I'm not going to stand in front of it. Have you done XAU USD? I have just done it. I have just looked at it. I have just commented about it. So if you go back maybe 5 minutes maximally, you would see me talking about gold. As we're just sitting in front of it here right now, right? Okay? So please. Tafadhali sana. Sana, right? So. For those who understood that language, karibu sana. Merci. I can't remember the Italian one. I was supposed to know that. Anyways, so what do we think about next week? We think, generally speaking, that the market for the month of March, sorry, is going to be a bit of a struggle. It's going to be rangy, difficult, not giving much profits. Maybe 1 week here, 1 week there. Be ready at the week, opening of the week. Monday is important. Tuesdays are not important. May take profit and sun when a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's back up again, finding new entries. Okay, great, fantastic. MK is Asante. So that's a Swahili guy. Ready, willing, and able. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Any other things you want me to cover before I start talking about retail traders and all this bad? I won't do that. I won't do that. We can check what the retail traders do though. So I just want you to do opposite of what this one is saying. So if this says 61% short, go for buys. If this one says 54% buy longs, go for short. So that was not what I wanted. Euro dollar was so anything about close to 70%. So now there's been large market changes, I guess, yes, but as we were down here, as you can see this line here, we were down to 30% buys, 70% shorts for retail traders. So when it's 30%, that looks like a good buy. And if you look here, boo, it went higher. So it went from like 82 to like 84. That was like a 200 pip move, just because you saw that price was at 70. No, you were at the net positions was at 70. And here's over above 70, and then it went like 200 pips up from here as well. Fantastic. Okay. So generally speaking, we're now back to kind of more like a something in between. So we kind of have to find a trend again, and this will then start trending the opposite way. So we are kind of in the middle on euro yen, euro dollar, kind of in the middle, nothing much, but there's the fact that they're still net short may assume that we are going to go higher. As you can see here, both are taking profit, both are getting out. Both buyers apparently got their price, and sellers got their losses. So yeah, don't forget to say boom before you leave. All right, now, what do you think? Like, what do you guys think is my secret? I know Hardik has an opinion there. What do you guys think is my secret in the market? Why do I do well? Some of you guys have been following me behind the scenes without me knowing it for over 3 months. And I feel stalked because you haven't opened your mouth even once. Because I'm here, we have 12 people here right now, and I know that 12 of you guys are not talking, everyone. So, some of you guys are following me for a long time, and I want you to point out, what do you think is my secret? I'm here to learn something today. If you have something to positively, constructively coming with, it's not my secret, because secret is not known for everyone else, but what you believe is my best ability with you. Is it that I train you to becoming a better Forex trader, becoming an expert, trying to become an expert, trying to push you towards knowledge, logic, sensible trading? Because that's what it's all about. Trading is difficult because it is large brains, large algos with tons of billions of dollars into algorithm trading that can prove to make money. So we are just in a small boat here, saying, just trying to take something small from the market. Hardik might say that I'm my patience. Maybe I need to teach you guys more of that patience. When do you know when to move out of a trade that you shouldn't be in, or it's gone sour on you? It takes experience, but it also takes hurt. It takes pain, because that's apparently how we learn. But it can also just be easy for you if you the first time learned, if you write down in a journal what you did, how you did it, how did it move you, how did it affect you, and once you start taking less and less quote unquote bad trades and just following and just chasing the market instead of following the market, you will start to see a change in your trading. Okay? I want you to change your trading. So therefore, free of charge whatsoever, I'm going to link in the I will link in the description. There's also in the description the link to my Discord. In the Discord, you can contact me. We can chat, and I might ask: is there anyone who's willing to, or not willing to? Is there anyone who is open to join a Telegram group? I have a Telegram group. There's 65 people in there, but I don't use Telegram. So it's more like I can do the highlights there if that's what you want, if Telegram is what you want, but I won't be very active there because I find it too much just one room. So I have a Discord with many different rooms so we can discuss different things in different rooms. But I'm here to help you. Give the thing that I never got myself someone to talk to who is professional, who is doing this full time, and who is basically can reprogram you as I do with my mentorship students. Is the pound weak? No. Very strong, Morris. Very strong, Morris. Okay, so I say thank you guys for joining. Been here for 1 hour now. Think that's okay. Think that's great. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. I want to be here to help you out. I'll probably be live tomorrow or Tuesday. You will know that in the Discord, or subscribe to the channel so you will be notified on all those things. Probably around 19:30 GMT +2, like today, an hour before now. Okay, great. Give it a like, give it a comment, and I see you this upcoming week. Boom.